Rapper and actor DMX passed away on April 9, 2021. A statement his family provided to People magazine read in part, "We are deeply saddened to announce today that our loved one DMX, birth name of Earl Simmons, passed away at 50 years old at White Plains Hospital with his family by his side after being placed on life support for the past few days." Simmons was rushed to White Plains in New York on April 2nd after suffering a heart attack in his home. The rapper remained in the hospital's intensive care unit on life support for a week. His former manager, Nakia Walker, told BuzzFeed News that he was, quote, in a vegetative state with lung and brain failure and no brain activity. Around 11 p.m., paramedics were called to the home of the hip-hop legend. TMZ reported that Simmons suffered the heart attack following a drug overdose, but that has not been confirmed as of the making of this video. The outlet reported that paramedics tried to resuscitate Simmons for 30 minutes, during which time his body was deprived of adequate oxygen. The lack of oxygen at that critical time likely contributed to Simmons' resulting vegetative state. Simmons first came on the music scene in the early 90s. He earned 3 Grammy nominations and was the first artist to have his first 5 albums enter the Billboard charts at number 1. In addition to his musical career, Simmons was also a formidable on-screen presence, appearing in films like Belly and Romeo Must Die. The rap legend was very open about his struggles with drug addiction and multiple stints in rehab. Most recently in 2019, after spending 1 year in prison for tax fraud, Simmons canceled multiple concerts to receive help in rehab and maintain his commitment to both family and sobriety, according to Rolling Stone. In a very open and vulnerable interview with Talib Kweli for Uproxx in 2020, DMX opened up about how he became addicted to crack at the age of 14. Becoming tearful in the interview, Simmons described how his then mentor, who was 30 years old, would go on to change the course of his life forever. Of his mentor, who remained unnamed, Simmons said, "He introduced me to what would be the best part of my life, the rap. He also introduced me to a curse, crack." He described how at 14 years old he was unknowingly given a blunt laced with crack cocaine, which he smoked, and from then on, as he said, the monster was born. In 2016, the then 45-year-old collapsed in a hotel parking lot and was found unresponsive and without a pulse. After initially receiving CPR by cops who arrived on the scene, a medic injected Simmons with Narcan, the anti-opioid medication which has saved thousands from drug overdoses. Despite struggling with drug addiction for years, Simmons went on to say in the Uproxx interview that drugs were a symptom of a bigger problem. He spoke about how taking care of his mental health was important to his sobriety and well-being. While drug addiction has been part of Simmons' struggles, it did not come alone. In the Uproxx interview, he opened up about blocking out childhood traumas, but went on to say that there is only so much you can block out, quote, before you run out of space. While initially blocking out traumatic events at a young age may have protected him, later in life he came to realize the importance of letting stuff out.
I learned that I had to deal with the things that hurt me that I didn't deal with when they hurt, when they happened.
Once he started dealing with issues from his childhood and onwards, he was able to take better care of himself. One barrier to getting help sooner was his environment growing up.
Talking about your problems is viewed as a sign of weakness, when it's actually one of the bravest things you can do.
He stressed the importance of talking things out, not bottling them up, and sharing them with the right person. He also emphasized the courage and bravery it takes to open up about your struggles in the first place, something relatable to millions of people around the world. After his death, his family wrote, "Earl was a warrior who fought till the very end. He loved his family with all of his heart, and we cherish the times we spent with him. Earl's music inspired countless fans across the world, and his iconic legacy will live on forever. We appreciate all of the love and support during this incredibly difficult time. Please respect our privacy as we grieve the loss of our brother, father, uncle, and the man the world knew as DMX." If you or someone you know is struggling with drug addiction, you can call the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration at 1-800-662-HELP. That's 1-800-662-4357.